Oh boy. Okay, so I'm not really sure where to start off. It's been a while since I've posted on this channel. It's been even longer since I posted a video like this, a video that's sort of unedited. It's basically just you and me and the camera between us. Nothing fancy. Just let's see if I can pull this off. I'm used to doing all these fancy edit videos now, where if I make a mistake or something, I can just cut it in. But I'm pretty sure this is just going to be what you're seeing right now. Yeah. So what's this all about? So yeah, I've been on YouTube for a long time, and some of you people are new here. Some of you people have been hanging out with me for a long time, and if you are, that's great. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I love making videos. I've been making videos since I was a kid, since long before YouTube was even an idea. I used to do little comedy bit sketches like Saturday Night Live, or my own little mini movies and things like that. So I've always loved doing this. And YouTube has kind of given me opportunity to actually do this and reach some people, and that's been great. But as long as I've been doing this, I don't know that I've actually ever really connected, or I've had trouble connecting with a larger audience. You know, I don't know too many people that have been doing this as long as I have that that haven't kind of taken off or given up. And I don't know if that's a testament to be just my tenacity or stupidity or what. No, it's not stupidity, because like I said, I love doing this, and I love pretty much everything that I've done. Sorry, I lied. I cut that because I had something in my teeth. But yeah, so I've been making videos for a long time. I've done all kinds of things. Mostly, if you're a long-time viewer of this channel, you know I did a lot of comic book content, and I stopped doing that and I switched to something new, and that's kind of what this is about as well. But in that time, I don't know how many years, has it been like 15 years or something? I don't know. It's been a long time. It's definitely been over 10 years. But you know, I've grown the channel to what I think, like, I'm a little over 26,000 subscribers. Which is nice, but you also have to consider I kind of been doing that for that long, and most of the people are just, a lot of people just don't unsubscribe. So there's probably people that subscribed a long time ago and are still subscribed but don't watch this, and that you can kind of see that from my views, because on average I might get, like, you know, I think average maybe 300 views a video out of 26 and up, you know, subscribers. So you can do the math on that. It's you could say that's not a great success, but and I guess I'll just keep going back to this. But you know, it doesn't really bother me. I'm not looking for YouTube as a way to, you know, really earn a living. It would be, you know, I'd be welcome to that, obviously, and I've done a few different things, hoping that maybe that could be the case. But no matter what happens, I'm probably still going to be doing something on YouTube. You know, and I've tried all different kinds of approaches. I've listened to countless hours of YouTube experts. I've worked with YouTube gurus to kind of figure some things out, but I'm a little bit stubborn. And I think a bit of advice I got when I was working with a particular YouTube guru is that, you know, don't do anything original. Only do what other people are already doing that's successful, only do it better. And I don't think they're wrong, you know, because, you know, there were a lot of people doing comic book content and everything. So I was doing that for a long time, because at my core, I'm a comic book artist. I'm a comic book fan. I love comics. But you know, I've been doing those type of videos, and the last kind of video I did, like this kind of unedited video, was me basically saying, you know, I think I've said everything there is to say on the subject of making comics, and I felt like anything I was saying, I was just repeating myself or was getting rote, you know. So I decided to step away from that and do something a little different, which is, if you've been watching recently, up until I kind of stopped posting, that's what I've been doing, is something new. So I did step away from the comic book stuff. Not that I stopped making comics. I mean, this is my comic book, Young and the Dead. While I stopped talking about comics, I finally completed this graphic novel. So that, that's complete, that's done. And so yeah, so comics is still a big part of my life. Let's see, and but even switching to what I've been doing recently, which is kind of another one of my loves, which if you're looking back at me, I've got all these retro toys and stuff. If you're a Gen Xer, stuff that I grew up with, but I decided I want to do something different. I want to make a little more of a maker channel. So I want to like take things that I remember and reverse engineer it and recreate it, build it, figure out how it was created in the first place, but add a weird spin on it. For instance, instead of Underoos, I've got my Fundaroos. The aliens, I've got my own monster cereal. What else? I don't know. There's all kinds of, instead of Fun Dip, I made Sad Dip with gross flavors, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of stuff I've been doing recently. And I love doing that stuff too. But that required, I thought, in stepping away and rebranding this channel, what I needed to do was just up the production value, really put everything into this, because I would get criticisms before, because I would just talk while I was drawing or whatever, and people were like, "Oh, you're just droning on, and it's just you're repeating yourself and all this stuff," and and those comments kind of hit, and I'm like, well, no, I'm going to do something super polished. And since I've been doing that, I don't think I've got a single comment like that, because they're pretty snappy, pretty edited video, but man, they take a long time to do, to the point where, and in doing that, I recreated this whole I created a brand new studio for it, and I just put everything I could into making these videos, hoping that maybe I could tap into something. But again, I think it just might have been, even trying to explain what I'm doing right now, it's hard to explain. So that can be a problem, because if people can't sum up exactly what you're doing, it's kind of hard for them. So, and it doesn't do well as far as like building an audience. Even though I think since I switched over, the videos were getting more views than my comic book videos, but they would take, I'm not kidding when I tell you, sometimes they would take like 60 hours to do a video. So I couldn't put them out like weekly like I was doing. At the most, maybe once, maybe twice a month a video. And unless you're somebody like Mark Rober, YouTube isn't built for that. YouTube rewards quantity over quality almost every time. So, and I think that really hurt me, because I wasn't putting out videos on a regular basis. So yeah, I've been doing this for past, 2-3 years maybe, this new style thing, and like I said, I love doing this, and it's so fun doing this, so fun. I've learned so much about filmmaking and editing and all that stuff, and none of that stuff is wasted, and those videos are still up. You can still find them here on the channel, yeah, just yeah, I don't know. In a way, I think I made a mistake in doing that. Not doing what I've been doing, but doing it here on this channel, because I think I kind of betrayed my audience, and they were there for kind of comic book stuff, and I thought I could make a seamless transition. I thought the people, if you're into comics, you got to be into this other stuff that I'm doing. And it's not like all I did before was comics. I mean, I would do like videos on how to make stickers or buttons or marker, review videos, and I did all kinds of stuff, but at the core it was comics. And I think moving away from that, even though I couldn't do comics anymore, I just didn't, talking about it, I mean, like, what else could I say? And I mean, it could have worked, because even if I've seen channels where they repeat the same stuff all over and over again, and they still get a lot of views because, there's new viewers watching the videos and stuff. But at that point, I couldn't really do that. So, I pivoted, and I should have started an all new channel for this retro redesign, reinvention stuff. But it's hard, you know, when you've built up an audience. It's like, oh, do you really want to start all over? And I know there's people that have multiple channels, and it's not, and their channels are so big that they can also sort of promote their new stuff and whatever it is. Maybe I just don't know. Well, clearly I don't think I know what I'm doing, but they're able to build one channel and then launch an all new one and start it up. And I've seen it happen. But again, I think it comes down to me wanting to do something that maybe enough people aren't interested or can't understand or can't get their head around what I'm trying to do. So anyway, so I probably should have started a new YouTube channel instead of kind of trying to transition this, and so you know, I don't know. Let's see. So anyway, I think all that kind of confused my audience. It confused the algorithm. And still, I think if you go and see recommended channels, I think you're still going to get, you know, a bunch of comic book channels, even though I haven't even been doing that stuff. So I don't think YouTube's algorithm really caught on at what I was doing or again, because it's something that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anyone else is doing the kind of videos that I'm doing. That, you know, this taking stuff from, you know, Gen X nostalgia and redesigning it. I think it's an original idea, and like I was told, that's probably not a smart move, but it's what I wanted to do. So here's what's going to happen. I have already started. If you're not familiar, maybe you are. I have already recently created an all-new channel called Retro Art Lab. And I have been doing the same type of videos, although I'm kind of trying to do it a little smarter so they don't take as much time, but I still think they're really great videos. And I've learned to get faster and everything as I've gone, so I can put out videos faster. And it's going to be all on Retro Art Lab. You can search Retro Art Lab on YouTube, you'll find it, or I'll probably put a link in the description. There's like 15 videos up there right now. If you're into what I've been doing but you haven't seen anything new, go there, check them out, because that's all going to move over to this new channel, or it already has. You know, I've been doing that for a few months now, posting these new videos. So, like I said, 15 videos already on there, and I'm also right now I'm collaborating with my friend Kevin Cross. If you're not familiar with his stuff, I'm going to leave a link. You definitely need to check out this collab. We just launched it like yesterday. And we're going to do at least, I think, 3 videos, maybe more. I mean, we're really having fun doing it. So, but you got to check out that. I'll leave links to all this stuff in the description, and a link to Kevin's video at the end of this video here. But yeah, it's already up there. It's already happening. I think it looks great. I mean, the branding, I think, looks fun and everything. So that leads me to oh yeah, it's just funny because just going back to when I did the last video kind of like this with me just in front of the camera like this, I mentioned you know, taking a break, you know, stepping aside and figuring out what I was going to do. And I don't think I'm going to be gone long, but this channel is my idea right now. Well, here, I guess I need to rewind a bit. Like I said, I got tired of kind of doing the comic book content, but while I started doing this new stuff, I've always been working on comics. I completed Young and the Dead. It's at Serkworks.com if you want to get a copy of that. I'm pretty proud of it. But anyway, so when I finished that book, when I was getting ready to finish up the book, I was getting near and stuff, and I said, I got to take a break from comics, because if you are a comic book artist, you'll know they just suck up your life, and they're so involved. They're really hard to do. To create a comic all by yourself with when you're the penciler, the inker, the writer, the editor, the everything. It can be hard if you're like an indie comic artist like me. But so I said I got to take at least a year or 2 away from comics. But then, wouldn't you know it, this idea popped in my head. And it's just one of those that the ideas just kept getting better and better. And you may have heard me talk about it. I've mentioned it several times, maybe here, maybe on Artcasters and things, but it's called Hip Optimus Rhyme. It's basically old school hip hop meets giant mechs and kaiju, and it's insane. And I've got tons of ideas, and so it's rejuvenated my love of comics. And I really want to take you guys along on the journey of me creating this comic book, Hip Optimus Rhyme. I mean, I think you're going to love it, but I want to build that anticipation for this comic book back up. So that's kind of what's going to happen. I'm going to switch back to stuff similar that I was doing. I used to say I did art advice and inspiration, usually around comics. I'm going to go back to doing that, but with a focus on this comic, and I want to take you step by step, everything, because right now it's kind of, there aren't any really, there's a few character designs, things like that, but all this stuff is stuff I need to create, and I want to create it along with you. I want you guys to come along with me on this journey. If you're willing, maybe you came here, you know, there are some people that are just into the retro stuff and not as big into comics. And if that's you, then I definitely say go to Retro Art Lab. If you kind of stuck around here and you were more into the comic book stuff, stay tuned here because that's what you're going to see. And if you like everything I do just because I do it, then thank you. I mean, I appreciate you guys the most. That really does mean a lot to me. So check out both channels. And I'm going to do my best to keep content going as much on a regular basis as I can. You know, it might be a little hard, but my main goal right now is to focus on this new comic. So as I'm creating it, it's just going to be natural for me to turn on the camera and talk about it, the stuff I did before, helping you guys out with your own creations. If you're aspiring comic book artists or professionals, I mean, I've had, you know, I put out this series called Making Comics 101. It's the most comprehensive free course on making comics you can find. I put out a lot of digital products and I've put out workbooks on making comics, and I've got feedback from both, you know, aspiring artists and professionals saying that this is good. Even with like Making Comics 101, which is your basic stuff. But I've had people, you know, working comic artists say, you know, this is a good refresher course and everything. So I'm gonna be giving back as much advice, because now I've kind of got this renewed enthusiasm for this as I go back into this comic, and I really, the other thing beneficial to me is to get feedback from you guys, and please do not hesitate to comment. I mean, I love commenting. That also helps the channel succeed. The more actual engagement you get, not just people watching it, but people that even alike, but if you comment, that's the best feedback you can get. And I try to get back. Lately I've been a little late, but I always do. I always go through, and even if I'm a few weeks late, and I'll try not to be a few weeks late on the newer content, getting back to you guys in the comment section, but I always do try to get back to you. That's probably one of the best ways to reach me other than email. I'm not really on any social media other than I've got my newsletter and Substack and things like that, but I've got Instagram. I probably even have an old Twitter somewhere, but if you're trying to DM me on any of those, good luck, because I don't really, I'm kind of done with social media as much. I mean, kind of on those. So the best way to get in touch with me is just through like YouTube comment sections or at my email, scott@serkworks.com. And I do try to get back to people, and I do appreciate everyone out there watching. But yeah, so that's kind of what's happening, both on the new channel, Retro Art Lab. Definitely go subscribe to that, and please do check out the collab I'm working on with Kevin Cross, who, if you're a comic book fan, an old time, you know, if you've been creating comics and you're even familiar with the Making Comics, or the, sorry, not Making Comics 101, the 100 Days of Making Comics. He started that, and that's kind of how we got to know each other. And we've been doing stuff like, we've been doing YouTube and stuff like that ever since. So it's really cool to actually get to do this collaboration. So check it out. I'm going to leave a link that's going to probably pop up here at the end of the video. Click on that, watch his video. Then at the end of his video will be a link to mine. And like I said, in I think a couple weeks we'll have another one, and we're just going to keep doing these videos. And like I said, I am really so excited to introduce Hip Optimus Prime, or Hip Op, sorry, see, you can tell where the play on where that came from, obviously, if it's not obvious. Hip Optimus Rhyme, in production soon. I don't know when the next video will be here. Could be a couple weeks, no more than a month, I would say. I'm going to do a little rebranding and redo all my banners and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll be back to making comics, and I really could use the encouragement, and hopefully I encourage you guys. So that's what's going on. So I don't know how long this video, it's been a longer video, but it's just yeah, thank you so much. If you've been watching whatever I do, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, but I've got a lot of work cut out for me, so I got to get going, and I've got more stuff on the other channel, and still planning stuff coming soon here on this channel, all comic related. So yeah, definitely, you know, whatever you're into, I'm putting out stuff for all you guys, and like I said, I can't see me stepping away, whether this thing finally starts to kind of grow, or if it just kind of stays the way it always has at this steady pace. I guess slow and steady wins the race, so yeah, we'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for checking in, and some good stuff to come, I think. Hopefully you'll agree, but you know, stay tuned, and yeah, I don't know what else to say other than thanks, and yeah, that is all.